So with all the information you've gathered about nutrition, you're either an expert or completely confused by now. And I'm not only here to give you an answer, but before anything, to give you a question. What's your perfect diet? And to answer that question, let me first tell you how I found mine. I've known about something called intermittent fasting for a long fucking time. It comes down to just eating less meals. A lot of times it's like 2 meals spaced in an 8-hour window. Basically, you try to eat your meals in a window. But I went further and basically just ate once a day. I did that for a good while, but I couldn't find the right fit. The meal that I could really just eat every day, because I'm a guy like this. I'm a one-trick pony. In video games, that means you just have one thing or one character or one weapon that you use all the time. That's me. That's how I do things. And so I wanted to find that meal that really just sticks with me and I can eat every day. That doesn't mean you need to go that way, but that's just the perfect one for me. But I couldn't seem to find it. At some point, I straight up just ordered food on Deliveroo. Sometimes it was pretty healthy. Sometimes, not at all. Like full on tacos, big ass shit with fries and all that in there. It just wasn't great. I would see my little brother, who had started the gym 4 months earlier, get better gains than me after I've started exercising for fucking 5 years. And you might think it's not reasonable to think that, like it doesn't make sense, but it's because I was just not consistent. I didn't find the thing that really worked. And maybe you're there as well, because you see all these routines on the internet about exercises and diet and whatever it is that will make you make as much muscle as possible. That's best for testosterone. That's best for your hormones and blah, 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 blah. But did you ever ask yourself, what does perfect mean if you have to sacrifice so many things to make it happen? Is it really a perfect diet is if you need to invest a bunch of money into it and a bunch of time and a bunch of attention? Your perfect diet should be the one that you can do every day without it becoming a chore. At some point, I ate at a Chinese restaurant, fasting for 3 days at a time, and then fucking full-on buffet. And another time I went and did Alex Hermosi's diet. I don't know if you know the guy, but it was basically full protein, and then for the rest of your calories, you can eat whatever you want. Fucking sugar and all that. And I couldn't stand it. I went too much for the sugar. Then I discovered carnivore. And this shit is torture. Some people get to do it, right? And they manage to make things happen for themselves because maybe they have health problems and so they need to eat that way. But when you need to eat that way for a diet, as a young man who likes sugar, who likes sweet stuff, this shit is not tasty. Until I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I don't need to have a particular kind of diet. I'm going to just find the one that really suits me. And that's when I had this little idea. What if I just add some potatoes? At this point, I had a meal that involved beef, salmon, and eggs. And I just decided, you know what? Like I'm gonna add some potatoes, see how it feels. And I just mixed them up, made them into a bit of a sludge, and put them in the pan with the rest. And my God, it solved it all. Like it was so good. I could eat like crazy this shit. And little by little, I decided to say, like, you know what, maybe I'm going to adjust here and there again and again and again and again. Until one day, my little brother recommended me to use ChatGPT to track my calories, because that's how he was doing it. He tracked the calorie of his meals every day. Right away, I knew I was not going to do that because tracking calories every day is not my thing. And I think there are a few people who can do it and are very successful doing it, but the rest of the planet is just not for them. And if that's you, if you don't want to count calories every day, then you're in the right video. Because although I used ChatGPT to get, know what body fat I was at and get a little bit of a plan and all that, what really changed was when I put the current meal I had at the time into it and started asking it questions about what would be best for my goals. And that's where the whole thing comes together. That's where I'm going to teach you everything I learned about how to use ChatGPT to make the best fucking diet ever for you. Because trust me when I say, since I've used this, my diet is just effortless. It's just so fucking easy. So the number one step is get on ChatGPT and give it a lot, and I mean a lot of information. If you're trying to keep your privacy and all that shit, that's not for you. I'm sorry. But you want to give your weight, you want to give your height, photo of you, both from the face and profile, so it can see your body fat percentage, kind of, your nutritional goals, your workout goals, your schedule around diet and training, your mindset around diet and training, mindset around organizing your day, and everything that you can think of that might be relevant to how you eat and how you train, give it to it. ask it to make a diet around that. Second is pretty simple. Every time you see a new ingredient come up, whether it's on the internet or whatever it is, right? Don't wait. Don't try to tell yourself, I'm going to wait to be at home before checking it out. Just check it out right now. Check out whether you can implement it in your diet or whether you should replace it with another one that might not be as good as the new one that you just discovered, and let ChatGPT give you the information. And sometimes you discover stuff that you discover stuff you never knew were important. And if you don't understand part of it, right, it tells you some words you don't know, just ask. That's the fucking best way to actually know what you're doing with your diet. To know that you're not just cooking a bunch of random ingredients, but instead you actually know which ingredients does what. Keep asking away until you fully understand the utility of each ingredient, each timing, and each other detail that you might think of. This way you'll know your diet in and out, and you'll know why you eat this shit. And it might seem hard, but that's not something you do every day. That's just something that you do when it happens. Nowadays, I don't question my diet anymore because that's it. I know the shit I have is good. And third, don't let this ability to change things around take you away from simplicity. Once you have a solid diet, as I've said just before, stick to it. You can make small changes here and there, but don't become addicted to perfectionism. Embrace a diet that makes your life easier, not harder. The perfect diet just isn't written in stone. It's only a diet that's in line with your goals that you can keep eating for the rest of your life, and that isn't a huge obstacle when you have to choose between your diet, like the perfect diet you've just chosen, and another random meal that might come up. That's about making it easy to choose, making it easy to always choose the right one. Not as a mindset, but as the meal itself being the habit and being an easy one. Another thing you can do is to create a process that makes food and nutrition something you can enjoy. Not just a habit that's easy, but a habit you enjoy doing. So while you're cooking, watch a movie, watch a video, a podcast, an anime. And for the ingredients, find places that are close to your house or close to work. And if you have several places to go to do your groceries, make sure you try and choose places that are close to each other. This way, every time you have to go and get some groceries, the whole process is seamless. Make sure everything is streamlined for simplicity. This way, it's going to be just effortless to make it a habit. Now, I have my perfect diet. When I go see friends, I do get another meal, right? A burger with good quality meat and some fries most of the time. And the rest of the time, I just eat my OMAD meal. OMAD meaning one meal a day. I eat that shit and I don't overthink it. I just go to the kitchen, I do my routine, just watching a movie while dicing some potatoes and some garlic and all that shit, and I just move on. Sometimes I don't have all the ingredients and I can't be bothered to go get them, so I just do it without them. Fuck it. The meal isn't perfect. It's still good. It's still all right. And sometimes I add others to them. It's fine. And it's just made my life so much easier. And it's allowed me to build a leaner physique that I actually enjoy walking in. Sure, I'm not a fucking Instagram model, right? I don't have the peak physique, but who gives a shit? I'm fucking 24 years old. I still have 10, 20 years like in front of me, just easily just keep on working on having the right diet and on just working out regularly, and I'll be fine. I'm going to get there, but I don't need to get there fast, but I'll get there while enjoying it. And if you want to do that, then that's probably it. Just do what I just recommended you. Now that you know how to make your perfect diet, if you want to know how to make your training almost effortless, because come on, it's training, then watch this right now. And don't forget, work on the inside and the outside will follow. Take care, man.